Welcome to Sport Africa, wherever you are around the world. My name is Femi. So much, of course, once again, to bring to you regarding the biggest stories on the continent of Africa. Of course, we are your number one shop plug to the best stories regarding sports, football, and other sporting activities on the continent. Once again, we welcome you to another episode. Kado Gundari joins us via video, and James Agrebi is live here with me in the studio. Kado Gundari, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you, Femi. It's always a pleasure.
James, you're welcome.
Thank you, Femi. Happy to be here.
All right, of course, James, still disappointed about how the Super Eagles of Nigeria have begun their 2026 World Cup qualifiers campaign. Okay, but let's take you through what we have for you on the show today. Of course, our routine. And I'll be taking you through the continental roundup. Of course, they'll be going to the talking point. Then our stars in diaspora will be going to Ghana today, and the big match, not the big match, the biggest match on the continent this weekend, we will be going to Nigeria. So these are many more awards we have for you on the show today. Let's take this very big break. We'll be back to get talking. Please stay with us. Welcome back. It's still Sports Africa. Please subscribe to of course, our channel, like we've told you several times now. Of course, this is where you get the latest news regarding all the 24 teams preparing for the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. And the sad news coming from Nigeria is that Nottingham Forest striker Taiwo Awoniyi has been rolled out because he's gone through a growing surgery. Of course, the manager, of course, confirmed that yesterday. But okay, so let's get through to what we have for you today in Continental Roundup. Of course, the Black Stars of Ghana, they suffered a back-to-back defeat to Comoros. So remember, the first one was at the 2021 AFCON. And again, the 2022 World Cup qualifiers, they lost 1-0. And Ghanaians, just like Nigerians, are calling for the head of Pesero. Ghanaians are calling for the sack of Chris Hughton. Of course, that has been on for a while now, but it seems this is loudest. Then, DR Congo, they've offered Manchester United right back Aaron Wan-Bissaka a lifeline regarding his international career. So we'll be looking at those on the show today. The impact of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, even if he eventually accepts DR Congo's invitation to play for them at the tournament. And of course, we know that it will be torn between Manchester United and playing for DR Congo because he just recently returned from injury. Now, Kayode, you know, I'll start you too. Let's talk about Chris Hughton. Of course, it was you and I, we had a brief chat on social media about the performance of the Black Stars against Comoros. And Chris Hughton, you know, he said they considered a very poor goal. He said they struggled in front of the goal. But what Ghanaians are even majorly doing now is comparing his games so far. He's played 6 games now. They're comparing his performance to that of Otoado, and they're saying, this man cannot take us anywhere. It is better we sack him now before the 2023 AFCON. Do you think it is an alarm that is going off too early?
Fortunately, I saw the game live, and I think it was a very poor performance from the Black Stars. When Hughton says it was a poor goal, I think from his own perspective, but from the perspective of the Comorans, it would be one of their best goals ever at the international level, because I saw the player take on about 3, 4, 5 standing Ghanaian players and dribble through them to score that goal. So for me, it was a good goal to see if you're on the side of the Comorans, but for Ghana it will be a poor goal because the defenders were caught napping. They were just ball watching until the ball entered their net. So I think if you look at it from the Ghana football perspective, you will say this is a bad time. Is it good to sack the coach? I have been an advocate of retaining this man, but honestly, Femi, if I put myself in the shoes of the fans, I think they are going through a very difficult time, and if they want to, I think this is the right time to just get rid of him.
Wow, Kayode, I thought you were going to say they should keep him at least for the AFCON.
No. If you're going to do, you know what? If you're going to do well at the AFCON, apart from the fact that morale is low, the players do not even seem to trust this coach. I'm not sure they trust him enough. I'm not sure he has the support of the locker room. And if you do not have the support of this of the dressing room, then you might as well not be coaching at this level.
Okay.
So for me, if they're going to sack him, they should just do it in good enough time, because not only for the AFCON, they are already in the middle of the World Cup qualifiers. If they're going to do well at the AFCON, which I initially thought they should be due to win after over 40 years in the wilderness, then they should also do well in the World Cup qualifiers, but I don't see that happening.
Okay, so certainly Chris Hughton, you feel Kayode feels that Chris Hughton is not the Moses that the Black Stars are actually looking for. James, let's look at his start. Of course, he's won 3 games, drew 2 and lost 1, of course, which was against the Comoros. Then looking at Otto Addo, because that's what a lot of Ghanaians have continued to do, even up to this moment on social media. Otto Addo had 3 draws, 4 defeats, and 5 wins. Now, let's put that side by side, but would you agree with Kayode? Now, of course, the 2023 AFCON not far off. Would it be a good idea that they should sack him now? And again, the World Cup qualifier has just begun, of course, so they could even afford to say, okay, we want someone else to come to the saddle. But would you agree that he's performed very poorly and the Black Stars should just, or the GFA should just let him go now?
Well, at this point, it's going to be very difficult because, just like what Kayode said, the AFCON is just less than two months away.
Yeah, we are close to the end of November, so we're looking at 40-something days.
If you want to judge by the performance and the result, I mean, it's a good reason to fire him. You know, but I don't know if we fire him now. Unless they have somebody as a standby that is ready to take work at it is. I think they just have to settle for a local coach. Because the way things are going,
maybe Asamoah Gyan can come into this.
I don't know. Whatever decision they're going to take, it must be they have to be fast about it. Because I can't blame the Ghanaian fans. Because I was an advocate of Chris Hughton, but it's like his performance is worse than that of.
I'm sure that Kayode is even saying if the GFA wants to do it now, they should go ahead.
No, you have to do it now. If that's what you want, you have to do it now. Because if you keep dragging it and we get into November, December is just a few days away, and the Nations Cup is fast approaching. You know, so for me, it's a tough call. Honestly, I don't know. I don't pray to be in the position of the DFA because it's tough.
Just like the Super Eagles.
Exactly. So for me, because of the closeness of the Nations Cup, I think they should just allow it to just go through the Nations Cup and just go there with open mind that you're not going to win it. But if it happens, it happens. But don't go there with the high expectation. Because based on what we are checking, looking at the Black Stars, I mean, you know that they are going to a tournament where they should expect nothing from the tournament. If it happens that they win it,
okay.
So for me, I think they should allow him to take it into the just because of the closeness of the competition.
Okay, of course. Ghanaians are saying that they are urging the GFA to go for someone like Averena. I hope they have the budget. Okay, let's go to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Of course, you know, he's played for England under 21, and he got one invitation to play for the 3 Lions, but he withdrew through injury. And since then, he hasn't made any appearance for the 3 Lions. Of course, he qualifies to play for the DR Congo because of his parents who were born there. But of course, now they've extended an invitation to him to represent them at the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. DR Congo, they are in the same group as Morocco and, of course, Zambia. Now, Kayode, let's look at the impact. What difference is Aaron Wan-Bissaka going to make in the DR Congo side? What do you think?
Well, he is a quality player, no doubt, even though he hasn't, because of injuries and everything, he hasn't been turning up lately for United. But then the problem with club football versus international football is that United will feel hard done by that. This was a player that when they signed him, they did not anticipate that he was going to be absent. If that eventually takes up the invitation, they did not even see that he wasn't going to be around in January. Now they stand this chance of losing him to international football. Should he take the chance? I think yes, he should, because that might be his only chance to play international football. What impact does he have to make in that? I'm not sure he has enough weight as a player to pull the Congo, to pull them through. I'm not sure he has that kind of weight.
Okay.
But for me personally, I I think it would be a great achievement that he could count himself as an international player, and it will add to the quality of the AFCON if he gets to play in the competition too.
Okay, James, a number of players who are born in England, they follow this pathway through to, winning international caps for the country of maybe their parents or grandparents. Now, of course, we had this Cote d'Ivoire guy, Zaha, Wilfred Zaha, of course, he eventually played for Ivory Coast. Now, do you think, or would you think that WanBissaka, if he eventually accepts this invitation, will be torn between, it's going to be loyalty test, because for Manchester United, like Kayode said, he's been injured, he just recently returned from an injury, now leaving the club again towards the end of December to go to another tournament that potentially, if DR Congo do well, they might have to stay for a month. Do you think it will be torn between loyalty to the club and, of course, trying to at least get an international cap to his name?
I think by this time I would have, because this is not the first time that WanBissaka has been linked to
DR Congo.
But I'm surprised that he has not really break into the team. I don't know, maybe he's not really too keen. Because most of these guys, the first call for them is England. And he's a very quality player that even in the English national team, I'm surprised too that he doesn't get the looking. When you talk one of the best markers, he's one of them, So for me, I think it's going to be a tough one for him, because you have a Dalot.
Diego Dalot, yeah.
In Manchester United, and it's just between him and the WanBissaka. So I don't know if WanBissaka will want to
jeopardize his chances now in United.
He's not a regular starter. You have a Dalot that also plays that position. So now going to the AFCON, which means you are sacrificing your position, at United. It would have been a good one if you have somebody like a very popular player, coming to play at the AFCON. It brings this thing about the AFCON stars coming to play. But I think it's going to be a tough call for him, whether he's going to want to play at the AFCON, because that's the only opportunity for him now to play at the international level. Because when you look at the English team, you still have people like Walker, you have Trippier, you have the Liverpool guy,
Arnold.
All those positions, like they are ahead of.
Okay.
And then taking the what's it called, the chance to play for DR Congo is a good one, but at the same time it's a big task for him, obstacle.
A big decision for him to make.
Because you have to look at your playing time at United and also coming to the AFCON. And if DR should do well, it means you are going to stay longer in the competition, and automatically your chance of not breaking back to the United States becomes a problem. Okay, when you hear
the saying that one is torn between the devil and the deep blue, say this might be WanBissaka, but I'm even sure that Ten Hag, coach of Manchester United, might not really welcome the idea of the fact that Aaron Wan-Bissaka will be leaving the club for even if for a week because of he's under pressure and he is also want to deliver results for United. Let's go on this break. When we return, we'll be talking about our stars in the diaspora. We told you earlier that today we'll be going to Ghana. Please stay with us. Welcome back. It's still Sport Africa. Please subscribe to this channel, click on the notification button so that you can get the video as soon as they are posted. And please tell someone to please subscribe to the channel, because we told you we are going to be taking you on a journey of preparation to the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations as each team begin their quest for another glory, because in February, hopefully another country will be crowned as the best in Africa, and perhaps maybe Senegal will have to extend their reign on the continent. Now let's go to Ghana. We told you Geral Asam, of course, he is of a Ghanaian descent, but he played for Germany at the 2002 World Cup finals. If you remember, it was a World Cup where Ronaldo de Lima of Brazil shone like a million stars. This time, he flew 50 sojourns to Ghana to operate on young children who have holes in the heart. I don't think there can be any act that is more commendable than this. This is very, very commendable. I remember, I think last month, we also had Jonathan Akobore, former Super Eagles striker, also did the same thing in Ajegunle area of Nigeria. This is very commendable for someone who played his football mostly in Germany, Schalke, that was where he made his name, but he still has some connections back to his own country.
It is is huge, Remy. Very, very huge. The cost implication of bringing 50 doctors to Ghana is huge. The cost implication of the surgeries they're going to be undertaking is huge. And this is news I would love to hear, Femi. There are things that bring joy to the heart that we have Africans giving back to the continent. It is not about making a name out of the continent. Of all the African stars, he has a claim not to identify with the continent because he never played for Ghana, even though there was a huge ultra at the time. And why was he going to play for
Germany?
For Germany at the time, that he felt well it was only he had claims to Germany, and he did that, but he never forgot his ties with Ghana. And for me, there are things, even though we always call on African leaders to do better, because I don't see this happening in Europe or America, but we always call on African leaders to do well. But when we see our stars giving back, we should salute them. We should ask them to do more. Like you said, Jonathan Akpogore did the same in his native Delta state a few months ago. I think that's even the second time Jonathan was doing it. He did it the previous year. Kano has been involved in this for over 25 years in his Kano Art Foundation. All of these come together to show that you do not have to have all the money in the world to give back. You could just in your own little, and of course we should not forget there are other people too who give back on their own. Some don't make noise about it. For example, I know Akim Olajuwon does massively for Nigerian communities, both in America in Houston and back home in Nigeria. He doesn't make noise about it. He's that kind of a person. A lot of other people do it. But this moment is for Geral Asam. We should give him all the flowers because he deserves them.
Okay. James, like how they said, if you ask or if you look at it very well, Asamoah, he has no reason to even go back to Ghana to do such a thing because, of course, Ghana is his root, but he didn't have much ties. And we've seen some players like Anthony Rudiger, he did something for children in Sierra Leone, where his parents are from. Kyle talked about Kanu Wako, does something like this. Of course, we know Sadio Mane also does stuff like this in Senegal. But this is commendable because there is someone who perhaps has lived all his life in Germany, but coming back to Ghana to give back to children. You know, I'm sure the parent of these children wouldn't have been able to afford this, but he put the cost implication on himself, and he has given these children opportunity to live once again. This is very commendable.
Very, very commendable because somebody just like what Carly said again. This is somebody who never played for Ghana, but the good thing is they know where they come from. That's the good thing.
They never forget the roots.
Over he didn't play for them, but at least they know that things are not that good back home. So which other way to contribute than to, because health, like I say, health is wealth, and we've seen players after their career they still try to contribute to the society, and the good one that he never forgot where he came from, and in flying how many doctors is
50.
It's huge. It's not even 50. It's huge, and you just imagine the expenses that would have gone in, and so the most, but you just imagine the kind of blessing, the kind of prayers you're getting from these people. I don't think they can even imagine that this kind of thing will come their way, and we expect, though it's something that's voluntary, you can't force people to do all this thing, but the good thing that we have people who have this heart to give back to society, and so say a very big thank you to him, and just pray that other people use their position, because it's about using your influence, to touch the lives of people. And we've seen the life of Kanu Wako, Sadio Mane has done it, and a lot of guys, those that we don't even hear about, so it's a good thing that they're giving back to society, and just with the others to follow this path and see good things like this.
Okay, I hope that this will motivate other African stars, whether they live on the continent or they live in the diaspora. I hope this will motivate them to trace their roots and, of course, give back to the society, to everyone, every star, sports star who are from Africa, giving back to the society. We appreciate you so much on Sports Africa. Let's go on this break. We'll see you on this flip side. And when we return, we'll be talking about the big matches this weekend on the continent. Please stay with us. All right, welcome back. Of course, we are on the last lap of the show for today. And this time we'll be going to Nigeria because something great is happening this weekend. Of course, the 2023-2024 Nigeria Professional Football League is in full swing. And of course, this weekend is going to be the top 4 teams. They are going to be at each other's throats in the Nigerian Professional Football League. And of course, people are excited because recently, of course, a deal was signed to televise some games on a pay TV station in Nigeria. So at least Nigerians are able to see some of the games. Now, James, I'll start with you. Of course, we have Doma. The fact that we have Doma United, a privately run club, topping the table, it's something that is enough to even attract attention. And of course, they'll be playing against 4th place Remo Stars. Another privately owned club. And that is what we have always been clamoring for on the show, that more private investors should come into running football and allow government to just answer so that things can run smoothly. But let's talk about this fixture. Then, of course, Kade will talk about the lobby and the shooting star. Kade will even be delighted to talk about up shooting, like they say in Nigeria. But let's talk about Doma and Remo. First against 4th. What are you expecting, James?
Yeah, it's going to be a good context. First and 3rd, Doma, you'll be like, where are the big guns?
The Eyimba, the Rivers United, the Kano Pillars.
What is Doma United doing up there? You know? So, I mean, it's a good one that we have club, privately run club.
Doing well.
Doing well. You know, that is what we want in our league. You know, it's not every time.
And you've been to the facility of Remo Stars a couple of times in southwest Nigeria.
Kenya, Ogun State, and fantastic facilities. These are the things that we've been preaching about. And we want a privately run club to be at the forefront. You know, there's nothing wrong if government fine. I don't have anything against, but this is what we really want. I mean, I never expected Doma to be leading at this point.
You're right. Government should totally answer off. That is what we've been clamoring for.
I expect a fantastic game. So whether Doma will have the nerve still to hold on, because they're going to play against the Remo Stars that at least they've been around for some time too. So I'm looking forward. It's going to be a tough call. But Remo too, they are pushing. Doma want to keep their place, and all I'm expecting is a good atmosphere of football. Let's enjoy this because so far this season has been exciting. You know?
Okay.
So for me, I'm looking forward to a very exciting game. Who is going to win? It's going to be a tough one because 2 teams, they are doing really well, and it's going to be very difficult to stick out to make. See, this team is going to win or that team is going to win. Fine, Doma playing at home, but we cannot rule out Remo. They have what it takes to shock Doma at home. Okay.
Of course, Doma, they are on 17th, Shooting Stars on 17th, and Lobby Stars on 17th. So they are 4th, 2nd, 3rd, Raymond are 4th. Kyle, let's talk about a Lobby and a Shooting Stars. Of course, Shooting Stars, they are your hometown club. I know you want to hype Benga Ogumbote, but let's talk about how things have been this season. Lobby hosting Shooting Stars in Makurdi. What should we be looking out for? That is 2nd versus 3rd.
Femi, let me say this. Lobby Stars, Shooting Stars is a clash between 2 of the most informed teams in the league as we speak, because Lobby Stars have set up themselves in such a way that they're a very, very difficult side to beat. It took Eyimba around 89-minute goal to defeat them in their last game. Shooting Stars have also shown that this year under Ogumbote in his second game, Ogumbote in his second year, they have proven to be a handful for a lot of teams. They've lost only 2 out of 9, they've drawn 2 and won all of their 5 games, or they've won 5. Now going into this game, what do I expect to see? I expect to see a team that is very, very dominant at home, that's Lobby Stars, against a team that refuses to be beaten until the last minute. Against Kwara United 2 weeks ago, they played with 10 men for 45 minutes until the last few minutes before Kwara were able to get a goal against them. And the game ended 1-1. So going into this game now, I think Shooting Stars, they are like the 2nd most prolific team in the league. They've scored 13 goals. But you know what? The thing about Lobby Stars is they know they can score anywhere. The only game they've not scored, I think, was the game against Eyimba that they lost 1-0. So this for me is a game of the week. I expect the fireworks. One thing I've noticed about the Shooting Stars team now, Femi, is that they always play a better second half than their first half. And the guy who is top scorer, joint top scorer for them, Karim Aide, has scored 3 goals. all coming on as a second half substitute. So I think he's a joker in the pack for Shooting Stars, and I expect that Bengo Gumbote is going to fit in Karim Aide at a point in the game. They are, of course, their captain, Malo Taufik, is serving a suspension after getting a red card against Kwara United in Ilorin. He missed the last game against Canopy last, which was tense on the 1-1-0. I am not sure he's going to be back.
Okay.
But definitely, this is a game to be looked out for.
Okay. Of course, you can see how Kayode is very, very close to his hometown club, though he's far away, but very close to what is actually happening. So we hope that Shooting Stars will not disappoint Kayode by the time we come to talk about, to review the big match on Monday. Kayode, thank you so much for joining us today on the show. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, James, thank you for coming on the show. All right, so please don't forget to subscribe to our channel wherever you are, whether you are in Africa or you are in diaspora, because like we told you, day by day, we are getting closer to the kickoff of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. Injuries are already setting in, key players are already missing out. We'll be taking you into the camp of each of these teams. And this is our final whistle on the show today. I'm Sholu Afemi signing out. We'll see you all on Monday. Bye for now.